Hold on, let me fix that. There we go. And then there we go. Eagles fans, what is up? Welcome to the Fly Like an Eagle podcast right here on Steampunk Sports Pennsylvania. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. The parade just concluded. We got a lot to talk about. I'm still in shock. I'm still in shock that we won the Super Bowl, guys. I'm still in shock. But before that, make sure you guys follow us on our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, etc. The link tree is in the description. Make sure you go check us out everywhere. We're on all social media platforms. We're even on TikTok as well. Go check out over there, and we're on Instagram. All right. So Eagles won the Super Bowl. If you guys did not know that, for this whole past week, everyone was just in shock. This Super Bowl, it feels so much different than the first one. The first one, I get it. It's the first one. Emotions are run high. Whatever. That's the best thing. Best thing. You get the first one out of the way. Here comes the second one, right? You guys destroyed Kansas City Chiefs. Destroyed the Kansas City Chiefs with the final score of 40-22. It wasn't even close. This game was not even close, guys. I'm just shocked. I am honestly shocked on how this game unfolded. Like, nobody would have thought that the Philadelphia Eagles would take down the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Nobody would have thought of that in a million years. In a million years, nobody would have thought of that. But this defense, it's just another animal. It's just another animal, and you gotta you gotta give this team some respect. You gotta. Even on the offense side of the ball, Jalen Hurts, you gotta give his team some respect. We're the best team in the league right now. And right now, after the Super Bowl, nobody can touch us. Nobody can touch us right now. You have the Eagles going a historic run this year. Starting out 2-2 after the bye, 10-0 win streak, destroyed every single team in the playoffs, and the Philadelphia Eagles, they're the best team. You got to thank Howie Roseman, you got to thank Jeffrey Lurie and all that. You do. But the point of this episode, right? The point of this episode for Fly Like an Eagle podcast. Hold on a sec. There we go. I had to fix something. The whole point of this episode, right? I gotta give my props to not every player, majority of this team. I gotta give props. Never would have thought. I'm gonna start off with Brandon Graham. Hold on. I just noticed something. There we go. That's better. Brandon Graham, hell of a career. Hell of a career, hell of a season. You look at this season from Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham, so effective throughout this entire season. Before the injury, after the injury, he made it his mission to come back and play in the Super Bowl and get his second Super Bowl victory. It's such a storybook ending for Brandon Graham. Just a storybook ending for this guy. In the off season, I had this take, kind of like a hot take, as you will. I said that the Philadelphia Eagles should have let go of Brandon Graham. I said, why are we giving this guy this much money for a one last hurrah? Right? Why? I wanted Hassan Reddick back. I was like, get rid of him, bring Reddick back. That's what I wanted for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's what I wanted. Hassan Reddick at the time and Brandon Graham I wanted gone. And boy, was I wrong. Was I hell of wrong. Was I just wrong in general. So let me just say this real quick. Brandon Graham, thank you for everything you have done in your entire career for the Philadelphia Eagles, for the city, for the fans, what have you. Thank you, Brandon Graham, for everything. You deserve everything that you get. The Eagles Hall of Fame, NFL Hall of Fame, you deserve everything. Brandon Graham is going to go down as one of the most loved, one of the most appreciated, and one of the most energetic Philadelphia Eagles players of all time. Thank you, Brandon Graham. I'm going to say it again. Brandon Graham, thank you for everything you have done for the city of Philly. Thank you for getting us 2 Super Bowl victories. Thank you for being such a great person to everybody in the city. Thank you for taking care of this city. Thank you for being an energetic player. Thank you for being a leader, for being a vet. This will go down as one of the best storylines for the Philadelphia Eagles in history. Thank you, Brandon Graham. Thank you. I love it. Hopefully you guys will love it as well. Thank you, Brandon Graham. Jalen Hurts, right? I was wrong about Jalen Hurts. I'm going to say this. I was so wrong about Jalen Hurts. I was not a big fan of Jalen Hurts in the beginning. Getting drafted, I was not a big fan of him at all. And boy, he showed me wrong. He proved me wrong. I made a video on my main channel like a year or two ago that he proved me wrong. And he's a hold on. Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl MVP. He is a Super Bowl MVP. He's a top 5 quarterback in this league now. You gotta put some respect on Jalen Hurts' name. You got to. Great leader, great quarterback. He's a true definition of the Philadelphia Eagles. He's a true definition. He's the face of the Eagles. You gotta put some respect on Jalen Hurts' name. You got to. The game that he put on for the Eagles in the Super Bowl. He stepped up. He's a winner. That's all he knows how to do is win. And he showed everybody what it would take for the Eagles to win a Super Bowl. He took so much criticism throughout his entire career. Cannot throw the ball. Cannot read the field. Holding on to the ball too long. Quarterbacks should not run the ball, etc. He took on so many criticisms that he should not have this much hate anymore. He should not get any hate. I'm actually, this is actually kind of funny. I have a Jalen Hurts Kelly Green jersey. I was thinking about doing this episode in front of it, so maybe next time I'll have it on, etc. I'll be representing Jalen Hurts in the next episode. So Jalen Hurts, you deserve everything. You deserve everything. I love it. I love it for Jalen Hurts and this roster. I love it. Saquon. Saquon Barkley. What a year. What a year for Saquon Barkley. The Giants not wanting him back, not wanting to pay him. He comes over to Philly, destroys the Giants, destroys every single team in his sight. He is the best running back in the league, not even close. Saquon Barkley is a different kind of running back that he deserves everything. After everything he went through for the New York Football Giants, year in and year out, injuries after injuries, no help, the field in terrible condition. He was just treated very poorly there, very, very poorly. And now here, the best fans in the world, best fans in America. You got good field conditions. That's 2. 3, You got a team built around you. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, etc. You got the best offensive line that Jalen Hurts has ever played for or played behind. This is the best offensive line that Saquon Barkley has ever had. So this is a great thing for Saquon Barkley. And he's here for another 2 more years, dude. He's here for another 2 more years, guys. And I still can't believe it. This is the best running back I've ever seen with my 2 eyes in my history of watching football. Crazy. Crazy. Alright, let's go to A.J. Brown. Okay? A.J. Brown, man. Top 3 wide receiver in the league. No question. Top 3 receiver in the league. He can body, he can catch everything. This guy is so dang good. It is crazy how all this, like, hate that he was getting just because of A, his stats, B, just, like, him going on the WIP and, like, stepping up to them, to the plate and whatever. He's a real dude. He's a real dude. A.J. Brown deserves everything that he gets. Deserves everything that he gets. Devontae Smith. Oh, he's too skinny. He needs more weight. He's not a good route runner. He's one of the best route runners in the league. This guy, this wide receiver duo, is something that you cannot duplicate. You cannot duplicate at all. I love it. Like, you gotta love this team. You gotta love this team, right? Offensive line. Without Jason Kelce, this offensive line held their own, and it actually became arguably a better offensive line than last year. You can make that argument. Won a Super Bowl. You can honestly make that argument. But for me, it comes down to Lane Johnson being the glue of this team. You gotta give him credit here. You gotta give him credit. I want to go to the parade. Let's go to the parade. The parade just concluded. What is up, Wesley? What is up, man? MK is the best. Hashtag maniacs. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, Wesley. Thank you so much. Make sure you share this out. Hit that like button. Hit that like button and share this out, Wesley. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Let's talk about the parade. The Philadelphia Eagles had the Super Bowl parade today. And it's just, you look at the fans. You look at the million Eagles fans here for witnessing the second Super Bowl ever for the Philadelphia Eagles. Wanted to see the parade. Wanted to see the Philadelphia Eagles hold that Lombardi trophy. Wanted to see the Eagles because they're the best team. They represent Philly. The Philadelphia Eagles are the #1 team in Philly. You gotta love this fan base. There were fans that were actually camping out overnight to get a spot in front of the art museum just to make sure that they were good and whatever. There were teams camping out overnight. They were tailgating overnight. Crazy. Crazy. And then you look at all the players that did the speeches, right? Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, etc. All these players that made speeches. You could tell how much this means to them, how much the brotherhood that they are, how much the coaches, Howie Roseman, Jeffrey Lurie mean to this team. That this team is one of a kind. This team is one of a kind. We witnessed history because Chiefs. Because the media had the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl for the 3rd time in a row. They did not believe in the Eagles. They did not like the way they were playing, etc. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is the best fan base in America. The Philadelphia Eagles are the best fan base in America today. Look at how much we traveled. We went to Brazil, guys. The Philadelphia Eagles fan base went to Brazil to take on the Packers. Started out 2-2. There were some fans out there that wanted Nick Sirianni gone, and then they stuck behind the Philadelphia Eagles, enjoyed the 10-0 winning streak, enjoyed the playoff run, enjoyed the Super Bowl. We deserve this more than anything, guys. The Philadelphia Eagles fan base deserve everything and so much more. You heard the players. They could not have won this without you. They could not have won this without the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles could not have won without the fan base. And we're the best fans in America. We it is just crazy. It is just crazy what this fan base went through throughout the history before after the first Super Bowl. It's crazy. We deserve this now more than ever. It was crazy. I didn't go to the parade. I did not go to the parade. I watched it at home. And I'm gonna go on a little rant about the broadcast and whatever. I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant about that. But just seeing all these fans, all the millions of people out there and millions watching around the world got to witness something great. Hopefully the Philadelphia Eagles can win another one. And another. And another. And another. I'm not gonna push myself, but hopefully they can win more. They can win more. All right, now let's. You know what? I want to talk about. We got to talk about this, right? Actually, hold on 1 second. I need to fix this. The hell? There, there we go. There you go. Got it. Um, yeah, we got to talk about the broadcast, guys. This broadcast was just awful. I feel like it was could have been done so much better. You look at the lagginess. You look at the bleeps, bleeping out the swearing. I'm going to talk about that more in a minute. It just, it was it was just terrible. You could not hear anyone. The fans, it was just, I didn't think it was that good at all. They should have done a whole lot better. When you talk about bleeps, like bleeping out the swear words and whatever, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. It's it's something that the Eagles fans are feeling. It's their emotions. It's how they get it out. It's how they say each emotion by saying this, getting the fans riled up, and all that. They gotta stop with the bleeping of the curse words. They gotta stop. And there's no point of watching it on TV. Honestly, there's honestly no point. If you want to watch it online, like on a live stream, or go there because you always get beep, bleep, 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 bleep. You get all these bleeps, and it gets annoying. It gets so annoying, guys, that the Philadelphia fans had to put through this who could not go to the parade because of the weather, because of the travel, because of the lack of parking, etc. You gotta make this experience memorable. And when I think about this, probably in like 10 years from now, I'll be like, well, they were bleeping every single word. Like, that's not something I want to reminisce. That's not something I want to remember. I want to remember Jordan Mailata's speech. I want to remember Cam Jurgens or Landon Dickerson, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, etc. Cooper DeJeans. I want to remember those speeches. I don't want to remember bleep, 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 lag. Like, that was just terrible. I felt like that was really bad and really disrespectful, but I get why they did it. I really get why they did it. So, yep, so that's their parade, man. They had TVs everywhere. They were replaying the Super Bowl. Like, there were people there like 5 in the morning, overnight, just to witness history. And then the people that could not make it had to enjoy it like this. Terrible. Beyond terrible. It is what it is. So, let's talk about the actual Super Bowl. I felt like I didn't exactly get my thoughts out on the Super Bowl, but first, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell right here on Steampunk Sports Pennsylvania. Make sure you guys do that. Okay? Pure domination. Pure domination from your Philadelphia Eagles. You look just like how the team is constructed. You knew that the defense was going to be good. You knew Saquon Barkley was going to be an X factor, but the main question was how to stop Patrick Mahomes, and the defense did. The defense stopped Patrick Mahomes like nobody has ever seen before. We made Patrick Mahomes look human. We made Patrick Mahomes not Patrick Mahomes. We made Patrick Mahomes look uncomfortable. We made Patrick Mahomes look scared. The Philadelphia Eagles struck a fear. Like the Philadelphia Eagles, no, Patrick Mahomes was more afraid of the Eagles defense. He has not played a defense like this all season long. They haven't. And the Eagles really shut him up. They shut all the naysayers up. They shut the coaches up, etc. The Philadelphia Eagles made Patrick Mahomes look human. You gotta love the fact that this defense is what we have for the next couple of years, minus Brandon Graham and maybe minus Darius Slay. But otherwise, this defense is going to be like this for the next 2 or 3 years, and you got to give a shout out to Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio was the most important part of this whole offseason, this past offseason. Vic Fangio, he brought his scheme, the bend don't break defense. He's the founder of it. He brought Zach Bond to be the middle linebacker from the New Orleans Saints. He could not use James Bradbury, and so he put Quinion Mitchell there. He had Darius Slay on the other. He had Cooper DeJean in the slot. After Avonte Maddox got injured and you couldn't trust him, you had CJ, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson as the safety. You had Nakobe Dean, who played an incredible season before he got injured. You had Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Milton Williams, Josh Sweat, Nolan Smith, etc. You have all these young guys for the next couple of years, unless they want to get a bag. If they want to get a bag, all for it. We just got to pay Zach Bond. That is the number one thing. Nobody has thought that Zach Bond was going to be like this. Nobody in the right mind thought that Zach Bond was going to be like this. They thought that he was just going to be a practice guy, that he wasn't really going to get much playing time. But no, Vic Fangio saw something in him. Vic Fangio saw something in Zach Bond. And that is something that Vic Fangio has a gift of, seeing the best in all these young guys and bringing it out of them, bringing out the best in them, so that they can play the best of their ability. That is the Vic Fangio way. Zach Bond has to get paid. You gotta give him the money that he deserves. He wants to stay in Philly. Zach Bond wants to stay in Philly. Is that gonna happen? We gotta wait and see. We gotta wait and see in the offseason. But it's gotta be sooner rather than later. Guys, Zach Bond, he's an all-pro linebacker. He's a Pro Bowler. He's got to stay in Philly. He's got to stay because if we let him go, we'll be back to square one with linebackers. Yes, you have the Kobe Dean and company, but Zach Bond was really the linebacker. I think he was like 5th in the league in tackles, which is huge. But you look at what Zach Bond brought to this team. Gotta pay him, man. You gotta pay Zach Bond. You do. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then you look at Jake Elliott. Let's talk about Jake Elliott real quick, right? Jake Elliott had a very difficult year. Very, very difficult year. Jake Elliott was missing kicks left and right, and actually the Philadelphia Eagles were 5-0 when Jake Elliott misses a kick. So Jake Elliott really stepped up in the Super Bowl, and that's what we needed to say. Big time signs, you gotta be clutch, and Jake Elliott was clutch. He did not miss a kick at all in the Super Bowl. Thank God we were in a dome. If we weren't in a dome, I would have been a little bit more nervous about Jake Elliott, but hey, he shut me up. He shut all of our Eagle fans up, and he's like, I got this, hold my beer. And he nailed kicks left and right. Jake Elliott, low key, was MVP. Low key, an MVP for Jake Elliott. Low key MVP. And you gotta love it. You gotta love it. So, all right. So, should we go into the off season now? Or, you know what? I feel like I gotta say more. Let's talk about the Super Bowl MVP and just talk about this game that he had. This Super Bowl 59 was the best game that Jalen Hurts has ever played. You can actually argue that with the NFC Championship game. You can make an argument, but the reason I'm saying this game, even though he did throw an interception, it's just the fact of how efficient he was and how he led this team to a victory. Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP, top 5 quarterback in the league. Gotta put respect on his name. You do. All right. So before I head on out, let's talk about the offseason. We got a lot of offseason talk to talk about in the coming years, or coming offseason, excuse me. There's players that might not bring back that I think that they should bring back. Like, honestly, guys, we need to bring back Josh Sweat. Hold on. The Philadelphia Eagles need to bring back Josh Sweat. You look at the game that he had in the Super Bowl, and you look at his contract, that is a guy you got to bring back. First is Zach Bond, second is Josh Sweat. And if you don't bring Josh Sweat back after the game he's had, that is a big, big loss. You gotta bring back Josh Sweat. His elusiveness, him getting to the quarterback, his pressers, and all that. You gotta bring Josh Sweat back. You have to bring Josh Sweat back. He's one of the most important players on the defensive side of the ball. You gotta bring Josh Sweat back. You do. With that, if he does not come back because of money, I understand that completely. But Josh Sweat, he needs to come back. Josh Sweat needs to come back. Now for Milton Williams, right? Milton Williams, he's a huge part of this defense as well. If we don't bring him back, we can't afford all these guys. Let's just be honest. The Philadelphia Eagles cannot afford all these guys. So you gotta pick and choose. You gotta pick and choose. But Milton Williams is up there for 3. James Bradberry, I still can't believe he's on this team. I still can't believe he was on this team. James Bradberry needs to go. Do not bring James Bradberry back. He was injured in the beginning of the year. He did not even step on the field at all. James Bradberry is a shell of what he once was. When he was playing for the New York Giants and even the year before, he did great. He had a good thing, but this past year, no, wait, this past season, not this past one, the season before, he had a good, he had an okay year. Then he doesn't play. You got to let him go. The contract's too much. If you let him go, that will make a lot of room for these other defensive guys on team-friendly salaries. You got James Bradbury is the number one guy you should get rid of. It's the number one guy that you should let go. Yeah. Really quick before I go into Darius Slay, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell right here on Steampunk Sports Entertainment or Steampunk Sports Pennsylvania. Greatly appreciate it. And if you guys did not see my previous video on the channel talk about how the Philadelphia Eagles can become a dynasty, you gotta go check that out because it's very well possible that the Philadelphia Eagles can become a dynasty. I really, I really believe that. Let's talk about Darius Slay. Darius Slay should retire. Darius Slay, he had an incredible career for the Philadelphia Eagles, a two-time Super Bowl winner. He deserves to retire, walk into the sunset. He said before that the NFC Championship game was his last game at the Link. But if he still wants to keep playing for another year, that's up for him. That's up to him. But we have great corners when he leaves. He can pass the torch to Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. So we have great corners. We have a great safety in Chauncey Gardner Johnson. There is no reason why Darius Slay should return. But if he wants to, because if he thinks he feels good and all that, by all means. By all means. But in my opinion, he should retire. Darius Slay should retire. Thank you for everything, Slay, for everything that you've done for you and your wife, especially. Your wife just treating all the fans with the respect at the tailgates, etc. You guys are legends. The Philadelphia Eagles uh, community, community, or you're just legends in the Philadelphia for the Eagles. I love it. Honestly, love it. He should retire. He should retire, guys. He should. Let me know what you guys think about all this, man. Let me think. Let me know what you guys think about all this for the Philadelphia Eagles. For hold on a sec. There we go. What a year! What a year for this team! What a year for this team! We talked about all the players. Hold on. Shout out to Howie Roseman. Oh my God, Howie Roseman. The people at the parade were throwing beers or beer cans, and it hit Howie Roseman square in the forehead. You can actually see the mark there. Howie Roseman is a legend. He's a legend for walking around with that. A lot of people would have gone to the doctor, would have, fixed it up, but not Howie Roseman. He bleeds Philly, guys. He bleeds green for the city of Philadelphia. Without him, we would not have been a two-time Super Bowl champion. The Howie Roseman, him with that beer mark, he's an absolute legend. He deserves everything that he gets. Thank you, Howie Roseman, for everything you have done. Thank you. It is just incredible for the Eagles here. This is uh, so make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Without further ado, hey, you gotta we're champions. Has it set in for me yet? No. This has not set in for me yet. I don't know how much longer it would take for me to set it for it to let it sink in, but hey, the Philadelphia Eagles are two-time Super Bowl champions and looking to repeat. Look out, NFL, the Eagles are coming. The Philadelphia Eagles are coming. There's a dynasty coming. We got the players right. We got the contracts right. We got everything right for this team. It's a matter of time. Clock's ticking. Philadelphia Eagles need to go back to work and go get another Super Bowl trophy, another Vince Lombardi trophy. Yeah, we got a long way to go for another Super Bowl victory. All right. I think I'm gonna end it here, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell right here on Steampunk Sports Pennsylvania. I'm gonna have guests on this show, on some guys during the off season here and there. Talk about what we need. We'll reminisce the Super Bowl and whatever. But first, 3 words or less on the Philadelphia Eagles. Super Bowl champions. Super Bowl champions for your Philadelphia Eagles. That's your 3 words or less. Without further ado, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. And yeah, guys, we'll catch you all later. Have a good one.